Hey, Anton. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your experience at the retreat. Sounds different. And the first question that I had for you was, how did you first connect with music and what role has it played in your life?
Okay, so I started out as a dancer,
Cool.
and before I got into DJing, I spent probably a decade in the dance scene. And then I realized that there was a gap in terms of what the music was, or in terms of the music that was being played. I felt that it was being repetitive, and there's like an opportunity to give back to the community. So that's how I got started with DJing, and then just this year, I started with music production.
Amazing. Amazing. Very cool. And what made you to decide to join this retreat, and how has the experience so far aligned with those expectations that you had?
It's actually kind of a serendipity thing because I didn't really see sounds different until. Um, so I was looking for a DJ studio where I can record a set
Right.
when I got here in Bali, because I just moved here to play around venues. I just got my work visa here. And then while I was looking for studios, I saw AYA Studios, and I saw that Sounds Different was tagged in one of their posts.
Right.
So I tried to look at Sounds Different stuff, and that's how I found out about it. And what really captivated me was it's a program for people within the underrepresented sector. So may it be the LGBT, developing countries, people of color, or people who can't afford attending a retreat like this. So I reached out to Bo, and then I sent him some stuff, and then that's it. It was just like 4 or 5 messages.
The rest is history.
Uh-huh.
So right here, you were here when you found out about Sounds Different. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That is very serendipitous, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, very cool. What has been the most inspiring or empowering part of this retreat for you?
I think the most inspiring part of this retreat would be the mentors, because even if they're already out there, they have years of experience, and they already know a lot of things.
They're out there doing it, aren't they, as well as teaching it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still humble enough to reach out to people who are just starting.
So can you share a story or insight from the retreat that really resonated with you?
I think one of the highlights of this retreat would be Kara's session on marginalized voices in the community. Right now, there are a lot of people dominating the scene, and it's usually, white men, people with a lot of privilege in terms of class, whether it's gender, sex, race. And I feel like that is very important because there are a lot of unheard voices. And if we do something about it, especially people who are in that position to make a difference, then a lot of new emerging voices will come out. And right now, I don't think it's happening.
No.
So when Kara decided to do the session, I was really inspired, like, for me too, to give back, like when I come back to the Philippines as a cisgender male. And it's motivated me to probably start an initiative or probably organize events wherein unheard voices will be like highlighted or showcased, whether that may be in forms of workshops, putting, for example, members of the LGBT community in the lineup without having to say like, oh, all LGBT lineup or like all women lineup.
Yeah, and I think another suggestion was like tech writers and including that in tech writers, and also maybe like those who can step back and give others opportunity to step up, creating space for them. Yeah, that really touched me as well, that session. I think all of us really came together in that moment and really realised the impact that we can have as well, and when we step out into our communities back home. So yeah, very cool.
And also I think as a cisgender male, we have a lot of things to work on. First would be in terms of our ideology, like always trying to question the system, challenge the status quo, and see what else we can do for certain circumstances to change or improve, you know?
Yeah.
Like reading books about feminism or equality, like
Understanding
like
it,
Simone de Beauvoir, things like that. Like watching documentaries that highlight the LGBT experience, watching like Paris is Burning to understand the ballroom scene, stuff like that. I think it has to be a continuous effort, like to always learn, to always question. Secondly, would be exploring these spaces as well, because if you just stick with your bros or your usual peers and you don't really go to these spaces, you wouldn't be able to understand their plight and their struggles, you know?
That's right.
And then third is just like to maybe collaborate with these people. Like, I mean, a lot of collectives now are just like straight men, you know, too much testosterone and stuff like that.
But by collaborating with all sorts of people who are from all walks of life and all diversities, just the creative genius that can come out of that is I mean, that's where this music was born, you know, from these people.
Frankie Knuckles, Larry Heard.
Let's honour that and give it back to them. Yeah. Cool. Antonne, so what skills have you gained so far, and how do you plan on applying them to your music career moving forward?
One of the most important skills that I've learned from this retreat would be DJing via vinyl.
Yeah, that was a cool session.
I started DJing in 2019, and I immediately started using CDJs.
Right.
So since 2019, I've been DJing using CDJs, and actually this year, I intended to learn how to do vinyl, but I haven't really gotten the chance to.
You didn't have the access to vinyl.
So
you didn't have the access to play.
I had access to vinyl, but I kind of prioritized music production.
Right.
Which is interesting because this retreat was supposed to be all about music production. And then Trixie brought all her records. Also Amir brought his records. And it was nice because it's like a break from all the
That's right.
Technical stuff and producing. You
get on the vinyl and get more tactile and feel it and try something new that you wouldn't have had the chance of before.
And it's important because it's the foundation of DJing, like learning how to actually mix using vinyl.
That's so true.
So for me, that's one. Second would be mixing within the studio setup.
Right.
I would always just mix through my headphones because back in Manila, I don't really have the access to a studio like this with all the expensive equipment and stuff, all the hardware. It's only just like normal speakers and like a huge monitor. But like...
It's pretty nice, isn't it?
These? No, doesn't exist. So it's like a while ago, I was with Trixie and she helped me understand mixing more in such a way that, for example, okay, your kicks are too EQ'd or like something's clashing with your kicks. Your drum top has still like low frequencies. All these
and having those mentors on hand right there in the moment to walk you through it, I think is key as well, isn't it? Because it allows for the creativity to flow and for the learning to flow rather than, you know, having to hop online and just be in the moment with with the learning and with the mentors. And because everything is structured, and if you have a question, you can just ask them. So
I feel like I've learned a lot about mixing in like 10 minutes I've been with Trixie in the studio.
Yeah.